Alright guys, welcome to the video. Alright, I'm just so happy to talk to you guys again. Okay, it's been a while and I just really want to talk to you guys. Okay, I'm sure you might have been watching some of my videos already, but if you haven't been watching, well, here's another video. Okay, so this is gonna be about shapes and form, triangles, and I decided I want to show you how to use shapes to create your forms, and I want you to practice this every day. I'm drawing the triangles in different directions, which means I'm rotating the triangles about an axis. Like for example, this S, for example, I'm rotating it around an axis. Like for example, you see I'll be rotating it, it somehow starts to shrink a long time. So I think that's what you should watch. And it's one of those things I can explain in a little way that when you're rotating objects, or maybe let me use a square, not, I don't want to use a S anymore, a square. I'm rotating it, it's going to be changing, it's going to be thinning up because I'm changing the direction of the square and I'm bending it around an axis. So it's going to be rotating, like for example, let me put some circles here. So this is going to help you to see what I'm doing. So, and that's one of the things I'm going to be explaining. Let me clean this up. Okay, let me clean this up. Now, here, let me use a pyramid. All right. Now this pyramid, I'm gonna rotate it, and I'm gonna, change its directions. You can see that in this three pyramids, the different shapes and forms I put to it. I rotate it around an axis. Oh, look at this curve shape here. I change it. I rotate it around an axis. So I think you practice this with different shapes, like maybe some other shapes you like, and you rotate it around the axis. Something like that. It's gonna be cool. Like seriously, you can work a lot, and I think it's gonna be real cool. All right. So let's try something else here. Now I want you to remember something. To make your shapes more complicated, give it more edges, which means point where the lines meet. Give it more edges, okay? Something like this. More edges. Plentier edges makes something more complicated, right? Not just like squares, 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 right? Something like that. Something with more edges, like the one on the right, okay? And that makes it more cooler. That's what makes it more awesome. That's what makes it more authentic, right? And I'm going to show you how to draw something a little more cooler, like some machine creature, right? And here I'm going to be a little fast, but not that fast, okay? We can copy this if you like. So we're going to put the lines, I'm going to sketching this out, right? So as I'm sketching, it's going to be giving us some forms. I'm just using from imagination, so whatever. So now, as this shape I'm drawing right now, I'm using some forms. I'm bending some shapes around a line. I'm changing the shapes, and as I'm doing this, I'm giving the shapes some contours, some lines, and I'm giving it edges, right? So I think that gives it more like a space or something like that. Anyway, right at this point, I think that one of the things you can think about is that there are some moments that ideas of the shapes you're putting, like look at the back of this creature, right? Look at that back. I mean, you see that it has shapes with a lot of edges. I didn't just use squares or rectangles. I gave it with more complicated shapes. So that's kind of like helped me to get a better view of this. And this can also help. So, and I also gave a lot of details. Well, I mean, that's what makes your drawing cool, right? A lot of details, right? So let's move closer, and let's see this a little clearer. Now, as that happens, there are times that you just, I'm going to give some more trace into this. Okay, okay. So anyway, at this point in time, there are moments you just lose your your like ideas, right? Look at all the shapes. You can see all the shapes I'm trying to pick out. Now you can see that most of them are not squares or something like that. I'm tracing it out. So what I'm doing right now, I'm tracing. So most of the things there are not squares or like triangles. They're just objects with more complex shapes. Use more complex objects. And that's one of the things I can explain here. Use more complex objects. And that will help you a lot. So another thing that I would advise is there are also some details you can give, some real cool stuff you can give, and you can try. Yeah, of course, you can give this a little bit of shape, and hmm, I think I see something here. I think I see something here. Okay, okay, here. Let's give it a face. Let's give it a face. Let's give it a form. So, well, that's it, and it can be really cool if you just relax and let the shapes flow. Let the shapes flow, and when the shapes flow, you have all that you can use, and that's basically it. You see, sometimes I just wonder, like, where does all these things come from? Like your mind or your imagination, and sometimes you just wonder how, like, how does it happen? So I think that's basically it, and just pull and keep going. And sometimes it can be the most weirdest thing ever. Yeah, it can be weird. I mean, these things come out of your head, in your mind, and you just don't know where it comes from. Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys next time. Oh, and yes, and remember to please subscribe, and oh yeah, okay, let me just do some little things here. Let me just add a little detail, and okay, yeah, let me just add a little detail here, and I think it looks good right now. I think it looks good. Yeah, doesn't it look good? I mean, like, it looks good. Yeah. So, okay, yeah, this is nice. All right. Thank you very much. And keep watching anime, superheroes, and cartoons, and remain young forever. Thank you.